Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how you doing? How's your mama? How's your family? Let me get on the right screen. UFC 310 has concluded. On to the next. We have the final UFC card of the year, and then no more UFC for a month. Still be cranking out videos. Videos may slow down, might not be every day, but we're still gonna be cranking out videos. Going to my first UFC card live and in person. I'll be at UFC Tampa live and in full effect. I'll be vlogging, taking y'all my experience. I want to take a moment to brag about the casual parlay though before we get into this. It's now 4-1. This week's will probably drop Friday after weigh-ins. We're gonna make it 5-1. I'm liking my spots on this card. I'm not gonna spoil nothing in this card, so you have to come back and check me out later in the week. I'm going to give you my predictions and breakdowns for these fights and where my head is betting-wise on some of these fights. Going to start with the main event, work my way all the way down to the first fight of the night. As I work my way down, the breakdown might get a bit more vague, but hey, who cares? First fight of the night, we got Joaquin Buckley. This won't open, so we're going to stay on this screen. Main event, Joaquin Buckley versus Colby Covington. Joaquin Buckley. We're seeing massive improvements fight by fight with Buck. He's super explosive and has speed, bro. You know he has big power, isn't afraid to peekaboo his way into the pocket and unleash it. He's willing to wrestle, but probably won't in this one, at least offensively. Colby's going to try to test Buck's defensive wrestling. His biggest skill is his cardio, though. He can strike a bit, but he has pillows for fists. He's probably going to try to clinch and grind Buck. But Buck's going to be much stronger in those positions. We see Colby, he's ducking and dodging opponents more and more over the years. He's out here with hookers more and more, spending time with Lil Pump. I think his confidence taking a hit as of late. And Buck's not the guy you want to fight in a get-right fight. You know, get back on the right track. Buck's not the guy you want to see. I believe Buck is built for 5 rounds. I truly do. And the Wonder Boy fight proved it for me. He lost round 1, built in the second round, made adjustments, started to get to Wonder Boy a bit. That was a close round. I had it 1-1. Doesn't really matter because in the third round, Buck broke Wonder Boy. Wonder Man. And I'm all over Buck here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a KO victory. I'm picking Joaquin Buckley. And like I said, the only thing I wonder is if Colby gets KO'd. Moving on. Will I bet that fight? Probably not. I might do a Joaquin Buckley inside the distance, no action, where if the fight goes to a decision, you get a full refund. But if there is a finish that's on the Joaquin Buckley side, the odds for that is probably way gone, so it might not even be worth doing that. In the co-main event, it's a tough fight to pick right here in the co-main. It's tough. We got, It's probably better fights that could have been here, but Cub just put on a show at International Fight Week, so shout out to him, man. I'm okay with it. Billy Q versus Cub Swanson. Hell, it's a free card anyway, so shit. You ain't paying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Cub is a Hall of Famer. Paved the way for the fighters we have today. He's extremely well-rounded. He's obviously slowed down over the years. Not much power, not a high finishing upside. He's still a dog to this day, though. Billy Q, he's a really good grappler. Dangerous BJJ. Weird and unpolished striking, but he has super high volume that makes up for it. He lands almost 8, somewhere between 7 and 8 strikes per minute on some Joshua Van shit. But it's unorthodox. And his hands aren't high, doesn't really have a high guard, doesn't really... It's weird. It's super weird. I said he has super dangerous BJJ, but he doesn't secure takedowns at a high rate. But he shoots enough of them to secure at least one. I'm picking Billy Q because of the volume, speed, and age. Fight could be close. I do believe the fight goes a distance, but there is a slight chance that Billy Q can find a submission. I wouldn't play plus 3.5 on Cub. I probably won't bet this fight at all, to be honest. So that's where my head is on this fight. Moving on. We got Bruno Silva versus Manel Cap. Flip my notes here. Manel was going to find his way on the casual parlay at some point, but Bruno's power discourages me a bit. Bruno's a dog, man. I think Manel Cap is a bit overrated. But the truth is he's fast. He has power that you have to respect. He does a good job of being in your face, but right out of range, being in your face, but being hard to hit. His decision making isn't the best, though. He can't really be trusted. He could try to be too much of a showman. That can get you into trouble, especially against guys like Bruno, who's very well rounded in his own right, and he's physical. Really good power, really good wrestling, dangerous submission. He wants to make it a dogfight, and he's comfortable in a fire. The pick is Manel Cap, but Bruno is a dog, and I wouldn't bet it at all. I wouldn't bet anything. If I did bet something, it would be another. I'm sure Bruno's a big underdog. It'll be a Bruno inside the distance, no decision. No decision, no action is what I meant. So that's where I'm at with that one. Vitor Petrino versus Dustin Jacoby. Quick turnaround for Dustin. I keep saying Justin Jacoby. I keep doing that shit. His name is Dustin Jacoby. Quick turnaround though for Dustin after the Reyes KO. Vitor hits like a truck. Hard for me to trust him. He lost my trust a little bit after the Lionheart fight. I ain't gonna lie. He sold my parlay. Last leg, he sold my parlay. He sold me like 400-500. I'm gonna be honest. But he's massive. He hits like a truck and will defy logic whenever you see how fast he can move at his size. Vitor's the pick. Dustin Jacoby can't really swat. Not much grappling that Vitor's going to have to worry about coming back in his end. So it's going to be a kickboxing match, even though, and I think Dustin can hang until his chin gives out on him. I don't think he's as durable as he used to be in his younger days. Just got KO'd bad recently, so yeah, give me Vitor Petrino. Moving on, we got Adrian Yanez. I ain't gonna lie, I think I'm gonna go like damn near perfect this card. Knocking on wood, but I think I'm gonna have a very, very high success rate on this card. Adrian Yanez versus Daniel Marcos. Tough fight. Tough to pick. Excuse me. Yanez is high level in striking. Really good boxing. Fast and powerful. He has to build in the fights a little bit, you know. He has to warm up a little bit. Maybe get hit a few times, you know. Find his jab, find his footing. And in 3-round fights against somebody who's very, very, you know, good in their own right, I mean, it can be tough. Daniel Marcos is also a really good, he's really good as well. A really good striker. He's more of a diverse striker, where Yanez, he's looking to have success with the hands, quick hands, nice power in the hands. Daniel, he'll work it all around. He absolutely shut down Sexy Mexi. Dude couldn't do anything against Marcos. The fight is hard. I see a straight-up striking match. I like Marcos' footwork more. I like Yanez's hands more. I think this will be fight of the night. Striking only, I'm rolling with Yanez. I am. I'm rolling with Yanez to land the bigger, more meaningful strikes in these rounds. Steal some of these rounds. Maybe even hurt Marcos. Marcos is undefeated. 16-0. I think he has 8 finishes. 8 KOs. And 8 decisions. So we know he can hang. He can do his thing. But Adrian Yanez is going to be a real test. We're going to find out about Daniel Marcos. I'm not super confident in that, but I'm rolling with the dog. Adrian Yanez. Moving on. We have Navajo Sterling versus Tuco Tokos. This is stinky. This one shouldn't be on the main card. This one's stinky. Navajo has very little MMA experience. He's a former kickboxer, throws power, keeps it technical, untested grappling. The usual 5-0 kickboxer, former kickboxer turned UFC fighter. Tuco is a grappler. He chooses the right moment to engage. He tries to stay safe. He waits to find his opening and doesn't just dive, into the fire. Both men have fought absolute nobodies. So I'm going to take the guy with the finishing upside. The higher finishing upside. How about that? The fight starts on the feet. Give me Navajo to beat Tuco Tokos. Now we got this one's crazy. Michael Johnson is the favorite, but like a wide favorite. It's not like a pick 'em. He's almost a 2-1 favorite, and I kind of understand it because Michael Johnson is more polished, more technical, more controlled, probably a better grappler, but Ottman's a marauder, bro. He's big power, looking to be killed or be killed. He's looking to kill or be killed. He's gonna march forward. He's never fought longer than 4 minutes in the UFC. He's either been killed or he's killed somebody. This is a fight that you put zero money on, because I'm not. Like I said, Michael's the better controlled, slicker, but Ottman's fast. He's chaotic. He creates a firefight, and if you're not ready, he'll melt you. I think he's going to KO 38-year-old Michael Johnson. I do. Michael Johnson has fought the best of the best. Omen, Zatar, whatever, however you say that shit. Otman I don't fucking know. Look, listen. I don't think he's going to be able to deal with that pressure. I think he's going to get caught. I think he's going to get KO'd in the first round. I really, really do. I really, really do. But if Michael Johnson wins, I wouldn't be completely surprised. Moving on, we got Joel Alvarez versus Drakkar Klose. Joel's a problem, man. This dude is a problem. The man marches forward with big power, diverse striking, knees, elbows if you get close. The dude's long. The dude's nice. He'll also snatch up a submission out of nowhere, and it causes his opponents to kind of hesitate when it comes to shooting on him. And it's crazy because he's fighting a grappler. Drakkar Klose, he's a grinder, really good wrestler, has some good volume. The problem is it's hard to have good volume and be that grinder wrestler and shoot takedowns going backwards. Some people can. It's not the easiest thing to do. What Joel did to Elves Brenner was impressive. Opened my eyes, this dude's a problem. Joel Alvarez doesn't have the greatest wrestling. If you try to take him down, you most likely are going to. But his guard is nasty. His BJJ is nasty. Mix that up, he has crazy striking, can't keep you at range. Control where the fight. He can't really control where the fight takes place. Crazy, because you can't control where a fight takes place if you don't have offensive wrestling. But he does. He controls where it takes place because he has that long striking and he has that BJJ in his back pocket to where even if you try to put your hands on him just to test it, he's grabbing your neck immediately. And it's like, whoa, that was close. So tough. Moving on, we got Sean Woodson versus Fernando Padilla. The odds are close on this fight, and I like it because I'm all over Sean Woodson here. Two talented guys, but the streak Sean is on is super impressive. This will be a kickboxing match. Sean is going to be long as hell. He controls the distance unbelievably well. He styled on Alex Caceres. Styled on him. One-sided beatdown. And that's all I need to see to know that he can beat Padilla. Padilla, he's really good, though. I'm not going to just try to write him off. He's really good. He likes to clinch. He will come forward. He wants to get in the pocket and be comfortable in the fire. But he cannot secure takedowns, and that will be his problem. Sean moneyline at negative 166 as of Monday on DraftKings looks amazing. And Sean Woodson might find his way in the casual parlay. Moving on, we got Miles Johns versus Felipe Lima. Miles is very well-rounded. This is a tough one. Miles is very well-rounded, but sometimes he'll fight like he's not. He's riding a nice streak. He's kind of beating the bad cardio allegations. He's slowing down, but he's not just completely gassed, struggling to hold his hands up. You know what I'm saying? Felipe, he's also well-rounded, a bit wild. He will mix it up. Fights at a high pace, not much power to complement it. Showcased in his last fight that he will fight in the very end. In a close fight where he could have been down 2 rounds. I think the judges had it 1-1. He was able to find a finish. And that's what you like to see out of the young guy. He's 13-1. High-level fighter. I ain't going to say high-level, but he's a really good fighter. High-level matchup. How about that? It's a hard pick. I flipped back and forth between it. I think whoever starts first and goes forward wins. I think that would be Miles. I think Miles has the power upside. He can wrestle. Both are more likely to slow down as the fight progresses. I like Miles Johns in a close split decision here. I do. I like it a lot. I do. And I'm going to have to look more into it, watch more film to see if I think this fight goes to distance. Because if it does go to distance, I might play a plus 3.5 on it. Yep. And now we're moving on to, we're almost winding down here, guys. Damn, I'm kind of running through this one. Miranda Maverick versus Jamie Lynn Horth. Miranda moves forward, wants to secure takedowns. Jamie is massive for the weight class, bro. She's like 4 inches taller. She's fucking massive for the weight class. She can kickbox. She can move. But she cannot defend a takedown. She can get up. But once she's up, she can't stay on her feet. If her opponent wants to keep shooting takedowns, Miranda will have you worried if she can't secure these takedowns, though, or keep the control, because her control isn't the greatest. However, she's very tough with limited upside. Jamie is very tough with limited upside. Over 2.5 here makes plenty of sense. That might find itself in the casual parlay. Okay, because Miranda's a minus 500 favorite. If the over 2.5 is somewhere around that, why not play that? Because either way, bro, WMA, you can get sold, bro. But what ain't gonna sell more likely than not is that over 2.5. Yeah. Davey Grant versus Ramon Tavares. Davey has been around the block, bro. Was a grappler who fell in love with his power. He gets hurt a lot, but he comes forward no matter what, puts his strikes together. Ramon Tavares is a powerful striker. Looking to counter. He has a negative strike of differential. He kind of allows his opponent to march him down a bit, and he's kind of okay staying on the back foot, but he's fast. He mixes it up well. He's a great counter striker, and he can defend a takedown. Ramon at minus 140 could be a steal. I like my spots here, and I like the odds that we're getting. I do. I like Ramon Tavares here to have a showcase, eye-opening performance where it's like, okay, this is another guy that we need to worry about at bantamweight because he could be something. 30 years old, approaching his fighting prime. Davies, I want to say, 38? Something around there. I think Ramon's going to dominate this fight. And he has big power. He can hurt Davey. He can get Davey out of there. So, minus 140. Hey. I think he's going to be bigger. He's going to become bigger and bigger of a favorite as time goes on. So, if you're a fan of that, you should jump on it now. And now the first fight of the night. This is a really good card. I'm blessed to be able to have this as my first fight night in Tampa, Florida. Very, very blessed. We got Josephine Knudsen versus Piera Rodriguez. The odds are far too wide for me. Josephine's like 2.5 favorite. No, I mean Knudsen. She's a really good striker. She's clean. She's super clean. High volume as well, but she's open to get taken down. And Piera's somebody who can secure takedowns. She's also a plotter. She also has power that you have to respect. She has power in her back pocket. Her control is iffy, though, once she gets you down to the ground. So if she does secure a takedown, I think Knudsen could be able to get up and not give up too much control or too much damage. But a plus 3.5, I mean, on Piera might not be a bad play. I see a lot of spots betting-wise here. But the pick is Josephine Knudsen. I think she's going to be too clean of a striker. Too much volume. I think if she does get taken down, she's not going to give up too much control. She's not going to take too much damage. The only problem is if she gets caught by Rodriguez and Rodriguez lands some of that power, how is she going to take it? And that's going to be it, boys. UFC Tampa. It's going to be fun. I'm super, super excited to vlog. I'm super, super excited to see Colby Covington get his fucking ass whooped. It's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this one. Share this to a friend. Help out the algorithm. Why won't you? You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here, man. Yeah.